something better. For the first part of the show here today, I would like to, because you are in Arizona right now and you are somebody that has interacted with Miss Kari Lake in the past, and now all of a sudden she's a household name. The whole nation is looking at Arizona and this recent election. And so, Greg, you're somebody that was involved with her, not on a big level, but you were somebody that was reaching out and conversing with her. Let's talk about the whole situation, and I'm just going to let you take the floor on this one, Greg. Let's get right into it.
Well, how cool! That's a nice way to introduce it. Yes, indeed. I like to, as you know, Mike. I like to give secrets from the inside, and I whispered Kari Lake's name a number of months ago. Inside scoop here. The reason why I started analyzing Kari Lake's campaign, it was kind of around the same time where I was first meeting the sheriff. You know, Sheriff Mark Lamb. We've chatted about him, of course, a lot.
Yep.
And being new to Arizona, I retired down here just two and a half years ago, right as COVID was hitting. Had a disability retirement from the good old state of Washington, my beloved Seattle up there, which I'm brokenhearted about these days with what's going on, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
But Kari Lake, honestly, here's some scoop for you, Mike. Welcome back. I give you scoops. I identified people like Mark Lamb as being a long-term leader for Arizona, especially as the year 2024 and beyond moves forward. I am looking, as so many people are, Mike. Are we ever going to fix this mess we're in, north and south, with Biden and Trudeau and the whole mess? Are we ever going to fix this? And my glass is half full answer is always, I believe the constitutional workings of the United States and the founding fathers always have created an opportunity to be able to make changes and to change our direction moving forward. So not to digress there, but I identified, get this, I identified Kari Lake as the next governor of Arizona, and it was important for me to do so in my mind. And I'm talking a year ago, Mike, maybe a year and a half ago. And it's because come 2022, 2024, there's going to be a really important thing going on, and that's an Alberta 51 referendum. And I wanted to project in my mind who indeed would be the leaders during that time. And Kari Lake was one. I said, you need an awesome Arizona governor. And to, as you know, I've been really trying to partner sister states, Arizona to Alberta. That's why, Japan is so on board and stuff. So I've been following Kari literally minute by minute for the last maybe year and a half. And it surprised me just how well she did. Hardest working politician I've ever seen. Incredible. But what she showed at the very beginning, I've talked about this before, kind of that punch you in the nose, get things done type of person, where enough is enough, and let's get Arizona, let's get the border secure again, let's get our economy going again, let's get Arizona bright red again, and not some silly purple or lavender or pastel color, Mike?
Yeah, like socks at Lady Foot Locker.
Oh, I chatted at length and have been in touch with the Lake campaign and her publicist in the past and stuff. And to this moment, I'm now gearing up and saying I'm going to do anything I can to see that she's elected governor. And it's very biased. It's very personal. But I think there's a lot of that feeling going around. I was mostly impressed. There were a number of things that made her completely different from anyone. One was, she's going to be signing the first day in office, and write it down, Mike. Write it down. Put it on your calendar. The first day in office, she's going to be signing a declaration of invasion, and that is that Arizona is indeed being invaded by every measure possible by the southern border. And once a governor declares a state of invasion like that, then she has said she will be sending the National Guard down there. She'll be buttoning it up tight and taking control of this. And if Washington D.C. doesn't like it, go ahead, sue her. And that's the attitude that a lot of folks I think have now, just in general, as 2022 approaches.
Well, it's going to be
I was thrilled to
difficult.
see.
It's going to be difficult to argue with her from a federal standpoint because she won by such a massive landslide. So, I mean, obviously, this is the will of the people.
Exactly. This is prototype constitutional law, Mike. The power of the states, right? That's why governors have power. Just ask Ron DeSantis in Florida whether governors have influence. And Lake knows that. Very, very smart. In every way, a consummate, quote, public figure, politician, what have you. But she, what I loved is the premise of her campaign. One of the premises, among other things, was that she encouraged her supporters to go election day, physically vote in person, just like we used to do, Mike, our parents, our grandparents. And as it turns out, the lead, it was a little back and forth in the early polls. I'm talking as soon as the polling booths closed. But she was actually trailing Robson for a period of time. But what was really cool is the night before, the night before and before the final batch, the day after was going to come through, she had about a 9,000 vote lead, which is okay and it's substantial for an Arizona election, a population here. But boom, after election day, Mike, 20,000 votes. It jumped from 9,000 to 20,000 in person, passionate voters casting their ballots for Kari Lake. So it was interesting to watch. I was a little nervous when the first polls came out, I'll be honest with you, but I was thrilled. And I do see Kari defeating Hobbs. We have a real blue liberal governor here in Arizona, a governor candidate on the Democratic side. I think Kari will beat her. And if anything, I see Kari Lake as I haven't chatted with her specifically on this issue, but I have a feeling she's going to be very freedom oriented and open to helping out and assisting, much like Sheriff Mark Lamb has, the wonderful folks in Alberta, the Alberta 51 folks who also want freedom. That freedom is the message, the theme for 2022, Mike. Don't get me riled up yet today. I'll tell you what, we're ready for change, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm ready for change. I mean,